I'm trying to turn over a new leaf and be a little nicer and more accepting. I'm saying you suck. He's got noodle arms. I collect money. It's not the garage that's unsavable, it's the human that's unsavable. Never do that, ever. People don't know anything. It was a f***ing crap show.
3, 2, 1, and... Hey guys, Anthony with the Rag Company. Joining me today, Mr. Matt Mormon. We are back.
In your completed garage, it feels so good. Doesn't it feel good?
It feels clean.
Did you feel any pressure in the last 10 days we've been here? 8 days, 9 days?
There were some days where I was sweating, Matt. You know, walking around here, I had a lot to do. I was a pretty busy guy, but I mean, you know, for the most part though, I think as a team, we all work together.
But as a supervisor, doesn't all the pressure fall on you?
Well, my shoulders are a little stiff, but you know, that's something that, you know, maybe a massage can take care of. But what I think we're really here today to talk about is this tier list. We've done this before. We had a fantastic time.
Yeah.
People loved this. And we slotted some time here before you take off on a flight later to get in one more of these bad boys because people want to see this.
Okay, if you say so, I'm down.
I think people want to see this. So today, we are doing, we're basically going through our garage on Reddit, our garage P, and we are going to be doing some garage judging, right? We're going to be looking at how functional is this person's garage space, how aesthetically pleasing, and you know, is it Matty spec?
Okay.
I'm sure most of these are going to be good enough for me.
What level do you want me at here?
I want you at that top tier.
Full 10?
I want you a full 10.
You like get me in trouble with the world.
But
I'm trying to turn over a new leaf and be a little nicer and more accepting instead of just saying what comes to my brain.
But I want you to be you, and I think that's what's important, right? We need to be ourselves.
Sorry, let me apologize ahead of time. This isn't a knock on you as a person, this is a knock on your product choices, right? Some people take it like their product, like if I tell you Gatorade sucks and you love Gatorade, that means that I'm saying you suck. No, I'm saying Gatorade sucks. It has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, but that's just your opinion, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's my experience is a little different than opinion, especially when talking about garages here.
Okay. All right. Well, garages are what you do best. So I'm along for the ride, right? I'm going to give the perspective from just an everyday average Joe, you know, with a little bit of taste going into this. I'm going to let you go, you know, full Matty, full 10 out of 10.
Okay. All right.
So
we'll see what we can do here.
Anyways, all right. So we have this pulled up here. We are going to be starting here at the top, which we have, it looks like dog garage is what we're going to be pulling this up. And so,
oh boy,
converted my garage to a dog grooming shop.
Okay.
Okay.
Didn't start off great.
Ooh, hold on.
Okay.
From that to that.
So my first comment is, how does it get to the start? Like, unless they bought it that way. I mean, where did all that stuff go, right? Because that person's not throwing any of that stuff away, right? It's probably in a closet somewhere in a storage unit that they're paying $200 a month.
It's not that much though. I'm looking at this clutter and I go.
But if it's not that much, that would be super simple to organize.
I think
it's a lot like what it looked like in here a couple days ago.
I don't know. Arguably, we have more corners and cracks and crevices we were shoving things into.
All right, so go back to the what are the other pictures?
So we got epoxy. We've got look at that.
Okay. Yep.
I think that's pretty good.
So I appreciate the hustle. This is probably a side hustle. You know, either husband or wife decided in the house that they would, you know, build a shop, build a place where people could bring dogs. Looks like they got, you know, they put the little tile wall in there, which I don't love. Epoxy does make sense in a place like this.
Well, yeah, I think so for sweeping and stuff like that.
Yeah, the problem with epoxy in a garage, actually that looks, yeah, it definitely looks like epoxy. We'll probably have some other epoxy garages. You know, I think it looks like they got a pretty decent stainless steel dog washing area. So that looks like it, I don't know much about that, but it looks relatively high end.
I think it looks pretty nice.
Yeah, I just wonder if that's so the standard in lit mirrors or backlit mirrors is from Kohler, I believe owns the company. It's called Roburn. So if you're ever looking for like a really awesome either integrated medicine cabinet or mirror with integrated lighting, high quality lighting, but those Roburn mirrors are like $4 or $5 grand.
Of course
So,
you know that. Like who
I'm assuming that
who
one's
has
not
that
it.
information just in their head?
I do like the little dog
Okay.
lift, adjustable lift. That's pretty cool.
This will live. Okay.
It looks decent.
And it's like what's this right here? Is this like a little spinning table or no? It's
Nah,
just
I think it's probably just the office or the little check-in
little
table there.
check-in table.
you know.
Oh, it's a laptop. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
probably a lot of IKEA going on here.
Oh, and they got
a little bit of homemade.
But look at that.
stuff.
They got a mini split back there too.
Yeah, condition to
So-
space. Yeah.
Condition space. Okay. Cool. So. All right, so without, because we have
So I'm
14 other
not
garages.
bad. Not a bad little conversion there. I'm not sure that.
Okay, so what do we? We're gonna grab the dog. Here we go. What do you?
I mean, just because it's not our thing, I think we'd make it a B.
I think so. I think that's
think?
good enough to. I feel like that's good enough to. I mean, I respect that.
The side hustle.
They tried. You know what I mean? I don't know what we're getting into in some of these garages, but I can see that they put in effort.
It looks to me like I've never groomed dogs, but it looks like there's some high function there. Like they thought through some things.
Yeah.
They've got some storage areas. They've got a little check-in area, a little bit of homemade, a little bit of. Is that a Husky toolbox I see there?
Something.
You'd probably give it an A if it's a Husky toolbox.
I'll give it an S, man. That's S tier stuff. So, anyways, all right, moving on here.
Okay.
We have next up, we've got the 100-year-old garage.
Yes, we're probably getting some pretty jacked up floors.
100-year-old garage. Okay, well, do you already like the car that's in there? Probably.
Yeah, that's a turbo Carrera. Was it a Carrera S?
Okay, so we have a few pictures here.
992.
Ooh,
Okay, so he's an OG guy, right?
Okay,
'Cause he's got
OG
an
guy.
OG spec. I would hope that he got some of that stuff from us. That's the Ely reel.
but what's going on with the dual reels there?
Well, he's probably doing stuff like watering plants and stuff outside. So he's got his Ely reel set up there. He's got some galvanized piping because he's got a lot going on. He's got looks like several. He's got a little makeshift bucket filler there, which is pretty cool.
oh, look at the is that a good vise right there?
Is that a Wilton? Looks like it. He's got some audio. I mean, this is a pretty tight little one-car space. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, and a Husky cabinet. That's my guy right there. I love that.
This is definitely an OG guy. He's got the Prevost hose. He's got that Cura one, which I got you guys one of those things when you're filling tires.
Okay.
You want to make sure you use that thing.
I actually really like that. See I know it's not a big deal to you,
brick,
that lighting with just the kind of the signage there. It's simple, but it's like clean looking. I like that. Okay, so here's the outside.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, my guess is seeing this guy that he didn't do this. This is how he bought the place. I would guess.
sure.
That would be my
Holy
wager.
smokes.
This looks like it might be in like the UK or something.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I think so. This
Yeah.
looks like European style. Is it
New York.
Oh, in the city? Gotcha. Yeah.
Wow.
I love the exposed brick. I love that he didn't jack up the place with a bunch of signs and stuff. He just said it's a little bit of subtle
So
art.
above this, that's just the house.
Correct.
Okay. And then what's the deal with this concrete being two different,
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah.
right? You know what I mean? That's kind of weird looking. So, okay, so this guy put in a lot of...
Go back to the main page here. I mean, it's just probably a $8 million house, in the city.
Yeah.
So he's got, let's see. So yeah, he's definitely an OG guy. So he's got original bucket vinyl. He's got some audio, video, Sabre cabinets. Nice.
What did he do? What he did something glossy with the ceiling. See the ceiling, how it's glossy.
Interesting, yeah.
Like how
Well, it's probably plaster there, plaster walls. I would guess is why it's got a sheen to it. He's got some epoxy, which is fine especially for a small garage like this. I like it.
I'm gonna go back to this. Check out that main scale of space. This is that's enough room to.
He's got jack point jack stands. I mean, this guy knows what's up.
Does he? Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
All right. But
I love the exposed brick. I like that he painted it. This is like the one car dream in the city.
So what's the deal with this down here? So he has obviously he put new brick or something. What's that?
Must be working on something.
Driving into that is like a.
I don't think that's permanent.
Okay.
It looks like a fence or something they
I love those lights on the outside though too. That looks pretty sweet. It looks pretty sick. So, what are you rating this? I mean, because this is pretty impressive.
in use of space, yeah, that is a Wilton Vice. I mean, what are my options?
What are your options? I mean, for the
For
tier?
use of space.
Use of space. So basically, we're talking
I'm going
about...
to give him a high A just because I would like to do a little bit more with the plumbing, a little bit clean up there with the galvanized and stuff. But there's probably a reason why he has it set up that way. I just feel like there's a little bit extra going on there, but pure function. So he's like a as high of an A plus, you know.
Okay. I think that's yeah. No, I would agree with that. I mean, we saw the finished product first. I didn't know what the before looked like, and we got to the before, I was like, oh crap. So that dude put in work. So, okay, so here on our...
You need to grab him. Where is he? He's right here.
Oh, that's okay. So here we go. That's going to an A. Congratulations, sir.
I wish we could put it in between. I just want to leave some room.
Yeah. No, we got to leave a little bit of room. Okay, so here, going back down to our notes section, we have the off the grid garage. All right, we're gonna pull this bad boy up.
Is it necessary for you to pretend like you can't read when you're reading?
Well, I'm trying to go through and trying to gauge the what it is.
Okay, all right.
I can read just fine,
I knew that
sir.
was like I thought that was like since you're a professional vlogger, professional video guy.
This is what you do on YouTube, right? You got to say it like with a little bit of drama, right? And like you know,
I can't read drama is okay.
Yeah, no, it's all right. Well, I would think after watching as much Heartland as you watch, you would know, you know, certain plugs and whatnot. So, all right. Anyways, the last garage all built is what this guy said. They are never big enough. I opted for a bedroom suite on the far end for guests, is what he says in this. So.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Eclectic. Eclectic.
Oh boy. Yep.
Farm style.
Yeah. This is the typical, you know, go back.
Okay.
You see the sign, like that's like, he's like, oh, this is it. You get that. You know?
A-hole's garage, right? Yeah. All right. So, there's a lot going on.
Keep going.
You know what's funny is that this, I actually like this kind of outside bar area. That's kind of cool. That connects to the garage. Do you know what I mean? If there was I don't know if there's a bar top that could be there or something, but
yeah.
I'm guessing he's Canadian. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I would think so. I love Canadians. They're my favorite. I bet you I really like this guy.
I think you probably would like this guy.
There's no question.
Yeah.
That I really like this guy.
Look, he's got some Mariah helmets up top there, so he knows what, you know, he has some good taste. He likes motorcycles. He likes a little bit of everything, but there's just a lot.
This is typical. You know, I understand this, right?
Okay.
I totally understand it. This is, you know, remember, what was I talking about the other day? I think it was on the podcast where when you're a guy, we talked about stickers on your dresser.
Yeah.
And so this is pretty normal. He's been collecting stuff for years, and he finally found a place to put it all. And so you want to display it. All his buddies think this is like the greatest, you know, garage of all time. They probably hang out in here, crack some beers, you know. I guarantee he has a fridge out here somewhere.
Are you playing this in your head? Like you're you're seeing this happening in real time. I'm envisioning it.
There is barely an 8x12, you know, sheet of paper of space, of wall space, you know, because he's been collecting all this stuff and you want to show it somewhere. I mean, that's very telling. You've got the Chevy.
Was he 71?
Yeah, Chevy license plate going on there. He got that from the dealer and it was on the front of the car when he got it. He's like, well, I got to put this somewhere. I can't throw it away. So I'm going to just put it on my workbench. Right.
Okay.
He's never thrown anything away ever, and just kind of saved up and repurposed, like all the cabinets and stuff, or things that he got from somewhere, repurposed, which I admire this. It's just the opposite of me, you know. So yeah. I'm I purge. I like new. I like fresh. I like to start over. I like to move a lot. This guy probably does mean it. Like, this is the last garage I'll ever build. This is exactly what I want. It's perfect. And he's clearly working on stuff. I bet you he pulled some engines in there, swapped some trannies. He's fixing the tractor. He's out, you know, taking care of the land, you know, he's got.
Yeah.
He probably has, you know, 20 acres, something like that. But this is basically my nightmare.
So it's funny.
Actually, this isn't my nightmare because you can see everything has a place.
Everything has a place.
This isn't a Levi Gates level garage here where it's just like, at least, like, see, like the oil jug, see how it's lined up?
Yeah.
It's not turned crooked, just jammed in there. Like, that belongs there. He put that there, that's where it goes.
It's funny because I can look at this garage and I can know what it smells like.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I can.
Got a little bit of mildew.
Just a little bit, but like you know, I know it's
a little greasy mildew smell.
A little greasy. I can smell a little bit of bearing grease, but like mixed a little bit of maybe mildew, but like. Also, just a little bit of wood smell in there.
He's got a retriever, so there's dog hair like on all around the edge.
We don't know that. All right,
we
so
don't 100% sure.
I'm thinking this right here. I think it's a C.
I think you're right.
Yeah. I don't think it's.
This is a style thing, right? I mean, this is a style. The only reason it's a C is because it's a cool structure. It has a glass door. It's kind of neat. I don't know. It doesn't look like he has a driveway, so you probably got to drive up the dirt road to get to it, which wouldn't be ideal.
Probably.
Gravel driveway.
Probably.
I think that makes sense.
All right. So saying this in a normal way, the MLM final boss.
There we go. He can read, Jimmy. That's as good. Okay. Nice job.
Here we go.
I was just checking.
MLM final. I don't even know what that means. Multi-level marketing final boss.
Oh, this is gonna be sharp. Okay.
Okay. First off, I already love the outside of this. I'm already excited. So I'm thinking this is going to be good.
Yeah, nice asphalt driveway. It is, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bays. Looks like he was smart. And those look like they're maybe 12 by 8 or 12 by 9 doors. That's one big mistake people will make is they want to do single doors because single doors look better from the exterior, but then they do like an 8 or 9 foot wide door, and then you have to if you have even a decent sized SUV, you've got to nurse it in there, and try not to hit the mirrors and stuff. Yeah. So that he's off to a good start. I like I like the brick. I like the style.
Okay. All right. What the heck?
So that's a gym.
This is not what I expect. I didn't know what I was expecting here, but this is different than what I was expecting here.
Very modern.
Okay, right. Gym, office space. Yes, that's okay.
That looks like, so it'd be hard to tell from the photo, but I hope that's wood. This is another mistake that people make. Do not fall for the LVP. Do you know about LVP? You know what that is?
Yeah, I know LVP.
Yeah, never do that, ever. There's nothing luxury. And all the people are in the comments, Matt, you don't understand. There's different levels. It's better, it's more durable, it's easier to clean. It's not good. It's freaking plastic. You don't want plastic floors. Here we are sitting on the Swiss tracks, right? So
I'm pretty sure the floors in my house are LVP. So it's all good.
Do not do that next time. You want wood or do tile. One or the other.
Okay.
Don't do it. So that looks like it. The level of this place, it's probably wood. I would hope.
It looks like it. All right.
But LVP can look good until you touch it.
So we got kind of like gym space, kind of going down into there.
Podcast, dude. Oh yeah, that is a gym. Yeah.
Okay, gym.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
A Lamborghini.
I don't know why you need a fireplace in the middle of the garage or a fireplace anywhere ever, but keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So this is more of like not a garage, but it's just turning into something else.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Was that an SVJ?
The Tesla there in the back. Okay.
Yeah. There's a large percentage of a little Resto GMC for you there.
Levi would like that. He would like that, and then
that truck's probably more than that Lamborghini.
So they've got a GTR picture, which I'm assuming he probably had that GTR, and that was a photograph of his GTR, and then. Here's what I hate, though. I hate that. That's a. I don't know how to describe the type of person that would have the card pictures up. But then maybe some other cars he's owned, a couple TVs. Okay. Moving on.
Yeah.
So epoxy there. Oh, what do you see there? What do you see in the top corner?
Oh, yeah.
Your favorite.
This is living somebody else's life,
And more hexes on the walls now too. This might be your space in another life. No?
No.
It's not you? What about a shower? Would you ever have a shower in your garage?
Yeah, probably not. So
who is this person based off what
this
you
guy
see?
needs, this guy would do well with me, right? He would need an obsessed garage. He just doesn't know obsessed garage exists. Yeah, I like the cars. And I'd talk him out of, some of the stuff. If there's a movie poster, that probably means that there's a home theater somewhere in there. Talk him out of doing the weird fireplace and stuff like that. there's just, there's a real opportunity here. I don't see any audio, to really make this an amazing, like
the speakers, ceiling speakers.
That's true. You're right. He probably has that in the garage too, but that's not what you want. So, I mean, this is lots of money and contractor grade. Let's do epoxy floors. Let's mount some pictures to the wall.
Comments here says, "Oh, you rich." We haven't even looked at the comments. I probably should. This guy's garage is better than his house. So I'm poor. This dude flexed so hard. He built another house. So what do you think? You think this is flexing money? Do you think this is you're just spending money?
This is something he's always wanted, and he has a good contractor with an interior designer that helped pick out all the finishes and stuff. And so, or this is probably more. Look, he has jack shaft operators. That's good.
Is that what that is?
So this is more of the actually the contractor has an interior designer that is on staff, right? That level of design. He's got the TV, like even something simple like that. He's got a tilt mount. You don't buy those, you buy flush mount. Okay. Right, so the TV should be flush. I guarantee he's got like a Crestron or Control 4 system in the house, which doesn't work. But it's a lot of money. He spent $50,000 on. The integrator's always coming out to try to get it fixed, and he saw those hex lights on Instagram, so he found the most expensive version of the hex lights, but there's
still the same hex light.
Yeah, see, the lighting in there isn't good. So a guy like this has the money. He doesn't have the time. He's working. He doesn't have the time to like sit down and do research like you or I would to really dig deep and figure out how to build a garage like this. So this is a B garage with another maybe $75,000 because he already spent $1.3 million building this thing, $1.5 million building it. For another $100,000 we could make it an A or an S, because he has the footprint. The other stuff is nice. The office is nice. He just needs we need to rip out all the Control 4 and the stupid ceiling speakers, and we need to do some cabinets and stuff like that. Get the things off the wall. And make it, because it's really clean, but then you muddy it up with some of your weird stuff.
But do you think you can make a space that's like, like, let's just say, if he wants like kind of a livable, like still has the gym feel, have a high-end feel, do you think that you could probably help somebody like that get the best of both worlds?
For sure, but you can tell that dude has a Peloton and a treadmill in there, right? He's got noodle arms, or he's not really working out for real.
Okay, all right. I want you to go full Matt on this.
So I would want to work with him on the gym too. Let's make this gym awesome. Okay. Get you some good equipment in there.
Okay, all right, cool. So let's see, we got Locker Mania.
Okay.
Pulling this thing up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. First problem is don't do pegboard. Okay. I don't like pegboard.
Do you not like it because you think it looks tacky, or could you find a use for it? Because I wasn't a big pegboard guy, but
pegboard can be if you're like a craftsman, if you're a woodworker, if you're you're out there all the darn time working on stuff, then I get it. Totally get it. I don't like it, but I get it. I would rather have foam inlaid or Kaizen foam or tool gridded out drawers and just do more of them, do taller drawers, but have everything in a drawer. But I understand when you're doing a lot of work. Looks like this guy has, is that, I don't know what pegboard that is, but he clearly has thought this out. He wants quick draw, quick grab. He's got some wood chisels there. He's got some metal cutting stuff.
Pretty well organized, though. I mean, I'm looking at this like that guy knows where every tool is. And what is it? Okay, we got. That is
that's something he found somewhere on Craigslist and said that'd be cool. All the kids can have a locker.
That's from a bowling alley, is what I've been to. Have you ever been to a bowling alley? Right, that's where you put your shoes at. Yeah. So that is a strange choice. Do they all have lock? They all individually have locks on them.
Yeah. So he picked that up from somewhere.
Oh, there's more. All right.
Yeah.
But what can you really do with that cubby? Is only. What is it, 1.5 by 1.5? 16 by 16? What is that?
Yeah, he just thinks it's cool.
Okay.
And then notice everybody. So this is that's probably the polyaspartic, epoxy, which with the tight chip. But notice he's got stains, and so the problem with epoxy is that you want to love it. I want to love it, but it's just like your paint on your car. I mean, most people are cool with having swirled out paint, go to the car wash, right?
Yeah.
But once you see swirls and you don't want those in your life anymore, I just can't imagine having an epoxy floor where it's just nothing but imperfections. I mean, even this white floor here, I'm sure it looks great on camera, but when you do epoxy, it's just part of what you're dealing with, all the imperfections and scrapes and the fly that came and got in it. And the reason why they use those chips is to take your attention away from the fact that the floor doesn't look right. You see all the roller marks and stuff on the floor. It's just not ideal.
I'm doing my research right here. I'm looking like that. What's in the lockers and why lockers? You get them for cheap, right? Like you assume.
Compartmentalize everything.
He says so. The lockers are a perfect solution for his OCD. These pictures are up to date.
That's not what OCD is.
And he says they're all labeled now. I store paint cans, spray paint, oil rags, basically everything I want out of sight. And I got the lockers from the city desk in something. So
he bought them new.
Used office furniture, but he said they were love at first sight. So
yeah, the problem with them is that you end up with it's not the most efficient use of space, right? Because each one of those lockers very likely has a lot of air in it, because you have like all these small little cubbies. But I like the idea. Decent execution.
The thickness, though.
Get your fridge out of the garage. There's no need for a fridge in your garage. Put it somewhere else. If you need a second fridge, then build a room for it. I hate the fridge in the garage.
Hate the fridge in the garage.
Look at his lighting too. His lighting's freaking terrible. Go back to.
We'll go back to.
Right there, look at that. Yeah, he's got the standard contractor grade,
Yeah.
He's got 2 light bulbs in this giant garage, so he could fix that.
But I guarantee you, though, he keeps this thing clean. I guarantee you, though, I think there's never going to be clutter. I'm sure you probably pull in and.
I think so, but the problem, again, you have to sweep out the floor all the time. I could probably help him out. He's probably got a lot of stuff he doesn't need. But yeah, he's organized. I like that. What do you think? C?
I think a solid C, because there might be some
is
other.
Terrible. There's no,
And again, we can revisit, right? That's the goal of these tier lists, so we can go back and we can change a grade if we need to. So. That guy's garage is where am I missing? There we go. So there we go. The cabinets. We'll put that up to a C.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Then we got next up here on our list. We've got PT2. Part 2. Oh, okay. Well, let's see if this changes anything.
Look how dark. Look at the lighting. It's so dark and dingy and yellow. The floor.
Oh.
He's got a floor drain. That's nice.
Floor drain's nice. Yep. Agreed. Yeah. Oh man.
He really needs a shed.
Yep. This. Okay.
Again, this is another one of those every square inch of every area.
Look at the active.
Yeah.
It's a different way to do it.
He's got an Ely hose reel. That's good. He's got a Diabla air hose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not good. Oh, he's got some CarPro there. Look at that.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's actually, so we didn't, so this was this,
no. Little colonite.
So this is an updated look then. I'm thinking this is what happened. The first version we saw was his hey, this is me just getting into this, right? Yeah. And then I think he saw some of your videos. At some point. He had to have.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know what cabinets those are. They look like they're metal, at least. You never want wooden cabinets in the garage. Yeah, I mean, I get this. This makes a lot of sense to me. He has a place for everything.
Look at this. This is interesting. All the detailing products there, all pegboarded out.
Yeah. But he still, he still hasn't quite figured it out here. He's got VRP, chemical guys. He's got, junk products. But he's starting to discover, he's starting to dabble a little bit, Atoms and then CarPro, and so he's starting to level up a little bit.
Keep it a C?
Yeah.
Or you think
the lighting makes me take it off of a B. Again, not my style, but I appreciate the hustle. That guy, that guy knows how to fix some stuff.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so 2 cars with a loft. All right, let's click this. Not the lighting on the wall. I made that mistake a long time ago. It doesn't work out very well. But okay, light on the ceiling's not really
diamond plate
enough.
Automatically is not good.
Now, but again, we have to. So I've been waiting to post this garage notes completed. However, I couldn't realize I'm unsure if it'll ever be done. Thanks for checking it out. So, all right. I kind of like that exposed wood beam. You know what I mean?
I really like that a lot.
I think that looks kind of cool. It looks classy. And then this, you know.
I mean, the stairs would be cool if it wasn't diamond plated.
Yeah, that could be changed at any time though. So garage door, I don't like that brown. But the flooring, I think, oh, man, if he just got rid of those side lighting and did something with the floor, I think it would already it would make it look. Okay, here we go. Well, let's go upstairs. Okay, unfinished, but kind of cool though.
No.
I think it's cool.
Yellow wood, nothing but yellow.
It's you stain it, paint it. It's all that can be fixed.
Paint it. Yeah, it's
But
gotta be painted.
the fact that he's got a loft up here with what is this? Kind of a bar area. Okay, so now it's starting to look a little.
This is the
little backwoods.
Yeah, it's a little hunting cabin feel, you know.
Okay.
Yep. Futon level.
It actually felt more grand when you were looking at that first picture, and then the further we get in, I start seeing like the outdoor furniture in the corner and stuff.
This is a working guy. Got his got his dream like location here, and he's just kind of he doesn't have tons of money to just go throw it at the garage here. He's doing his own detail and probably do his own window tint, and he does a decent job at it, I bet.
Okay, all right.
He doesn't have any clutter. He doesn't have anything out. He's got a few things in the cabinet. So, this is all the storage most people really need.
Yeah.
Right? He doesn't have stuff all over the place. He has a few things. He's got his hats displayed there. So he's fighting. He's fighting the guy tendency to just put crap everywhere.
And the hats are probably the one thing where it's like, okay, that's kind of, we're displaying hats, but he's trying to be a little bit minimalist about the decor, right?
I don't love the doing FRP, all over the whole garage, just on the floors and ceiling. But the advantage is he can wash in there. I bet you this place gets cold. There's winter here.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we've seen what we need to see. What do you think? Another C?
Yeah. I like the fact that he doesn't have stuff everywhere in here, but his, the garage before it was certainly nicer. It had more modern, like this. The diamond plate really makes me move it down.
Okay. So
I think the upstairs and the diamond plate for me makes it a D.
Makes it a D. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's a C, but I'll meet you at D because
let's go C minus.
C minus.
Yep.
Okay. All
I
right.
just don't think it's as good as the locker garage.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is funny because the lockers. I mean, that's just that's weird to me. It's like I don't like the. I could get.
But he has a purpose for it.
Yeah, he has a purpose for it.
He's also he's into the whole putting things on the wall.
Put things on the wall. Okay. All right, and we got my first garage is what this one is, all right? So, all right, it's not pretty. There's a lot of other garages in the community, but I love it. I put most of my model cars my dad collected in there, as well as some of his other collections. I think he would love to see it all together. Okay, so...
Unsavable.
So, his dad has passed away.
Unsavable.
His dad has passed away, but he's doing this because this is something that he thinks his dad would like. Can you at least appreciate that part?
No. That's a hoarder. What does your dad stuff like your dad have to do with you?
Well, but I think he's doing it, in memory of his dad. That his dad would have maybe liked to have seen this.
So I make this argument all the time. So, people who are into antiques, but it's clearly junk. It was at whatever Woolworth was the Walmart of the time, right? And so now all of a sudden, because it's old and somebody just hang on to this junk, that now it's like good. No, it was bad then and it's bad now. And so all this junk here was bad then and it's even worse now.
Okay, so obviously you don't collect Hot Wheels.
No, I don't collect anything.
Okay, all right, well.
I collect money.
Okay, collect.
Actually, I spend my vaporize money.
You spend money probably more than you collect it. So,
oh gosh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't like that whole collector, because his whole life is just a mess. I mean, the only advantage here is he's got it, kind of putting in a spot, and he spent some time on it.
License plates, okay, there are license plates up there.
But the whole collector thing is just like, take that money and buy some drywall, right?
Yeah.
Take all that stuff. You're not gonna get much for it because they're not worth anything, but you can get at least enough to get drywall.
Yeah.
and some light bulbs.
Remember the other garage where I said I feel like I could smell that garage? I feel like I could also smell this garage.
The whole house. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really dark in that house.
So, yeah.
So stop wasting your money on nonsense, and then get some drywall, and then like go in your house and buy some Cree CR6 lights. Let's light it properly. Let's focus on that.
I don't think he's, for what it's worth though, I don't think that he's parking
Take
in
all
this
those
garage.
bikes, throw them away. Let's go get you a Santa Cruz, like a legit bike.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I think he likes. This is like this is a part of Levi. This is like 1/6 of Levi. Like Levi would like this kind of stuff, but
Rip that rope lighting down and go to Home Depot and get some light bulbs.
I don't think he's parking in here. I think this is just another like space where he comes and tinkers, organizes.
Yeah, he drives a.
We're gonna get into what he drives. You think you know what he drives?
Let's see, like an '87 S10.
An '87. Okay, that's a little bit different than what I thought. I was gonna go with like a non-car guy car. I thought he was gonna say like a Fiesta or just
No, or like an old 125,000 mile Camry.
I could see that.
With beige interior.
No, but 125 is not that high. We gotta go like higher than that, like 225,000 mile Camry. Okay, top comment here is this is what all of us hoarders picture when we say we're gonna organize someday. Is that a 100-car garage? Okay, all right. So
all right, move on. Unsavable.
This is my.
I appreciate the fact that it's at least somewhat organized and there's some floor space, but he spent 3 months getting that ready before he put that picture, and now it's back to explosion. The driveway, I guarantee the driveway is filled with stuff in order to take that picture, right?
Unsavable. All right. So our first unsavable. I am sorry, sir, but that's.
It's not the garage that's unsavable, it's the human that's unsavable.
Okay. All right, next up here we've got Craftsman Style Alley Garage. All right, let's do this. Okay. Oh, I kind of like where this is.
Craftsman.
I kind of like where this is going so far.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting that. All right.
He's got heat, so he's in a cold climate. Yep. I like the fact they're on a bunch of crap on the walls. I love that loft. That's really cool.
Loft is sweet.
Yep.
Okay. He's got heat inside here. Big heat unit, but it's probably a place that gets cold.
Mm-hmm.
What the heck is this thing? What is it?
It's a lift to bring stuff upstairs.
Oh, okay. So not a magic little genie lift like you got, but just a crane style.
Come along type lift, yeah, on the I-beam.
With a 40 by 20 in a tight alley. So this is this is a lot of space in an area where normally you probably wouldn't have.
He's just starting. He just finished it here. I don't love that the stairs take such a prominent space in the garage, but you got to get up there somehow, you know. I think that loft has a lot of potential, so he probably put that crane there. He's probably planning on bringing like bandsaws, and you see he's got a welder there, so he's planning on doing some real man stuff. The sink there is a terrible location for the sink. I'd rather not have a sink than have to take up that prime real estate right there.
Or if he was going to have a sink there, like a stainless sink would probably look pretty good.
But he's probably got some big plans here where he's gonna dial this thing in. But see, I don't like garages that don't have a back wall. Right, so he doesn't have a wall. The entrance into the house is a problem. It's in a terrible spot.
Look at the red light there. Do you see that red light above the door? What is that for?
So maybe the fire.
Yeah. But what's cool, natural lighting, which is pretty sweet, right? I do like natural lighting.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Well, not for us, because we're videoing.
I know, but in the vibe that he has set up here, I think the natural light probably works pretty well.
Maybe.
He's got 2 different color temperatures, what it looks like. Either that or that wall there is doing something
I do like
weird.
that loft a lot. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I'd say this is another C.
Really? You wouldn't bump it up to a B for just being the space that it is?
No.
Top comment says, wow, love this. Super jealous. Congrats, man. What are you going to put upstairs? You could totally live up there. It sounds like it's going to be a part workspace, part hangout space with TV, chairs, and things like that.
I don't like hangout spaces in my garage.
But you hang out in that's all you do is hang out in your garage. What if you just had a more comfortable chair?
If I am in my garage, I'm doing something. I don't want to sit on a couch. I'm going to sit on a couch. I'm going to go into the house. I got an awesome TV and speakers and stuff. It's like 10 feet away. Why do I need?
But so when you go out in your garage and look at your cars, right? Could you
don't just sit there and stare at them on a couch.
Oh yeah, me either.
Yeah,
I don't do that.
I'm doing something. If I'm going to sit down, I'm going to go in the kitchen, sit at the table. I'm going to go into the living room or the family room or the other 57 rooms I got in the house.
Okay.
Why do I want to have a couch in the garage and hang out in the garage?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking maybe
it's the dude's dream. Like, I'm going to build this, and then they never freaking use it. Because guess what? The couch in your house is way better. Go in there where everybody's at.
All right. You know. So you don't think this is a B? You think that this is truly a C? Could you meet me at B minus on this?
No, definitely not a B. It doesn't have anything in it. It's unfinished. It could be a B. The space could be a B, but it would have to be really creative because it's a pretty chopped up spot.
Okay. Think of the space. Think of the.
Right. We're taking a whole package here, right?
Now, what if that loft upstairs now actually holds my cabinets? Right. I have cabinets up there.
Then it could be a B. B at best, though. I mean, even if you did that full OG spec,
I'm going to give the place a B because I think it's a big place in a small area.
But it's missing.
We can come back to that.
It doesn't have anything in it.
We'll come back to it. We let's just sift on it. Well, it just is going to live in that space for just a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Next up here, we've got the Hex Light Hovel.
He's back to not reading again.
Does that say Havel or Hovel?
Hovel.
Hovel. Okay.
Hovel.
Uh-oh.
This is not looking good. I like the brick though.
Oh yeah, actually, so you know what? I know this guy, and I think that he has put a lot of work into what he's done. I think I've seen his YouTube videos, and okay.
You just take the hex lights out.
This was 4 years ago.
Yeah, take the hex lights out.
Yeah, no, this is prestige.
Don't paint anything black. I don't like black. You see what happens when you do black. It's almost impossible to get it right.
Why am I thinking that Prestige was one of our grand ambassadors? It would have been from 4 years ago, but I'm not saying that that's unlikely. Prestige may have been one of our grand ambassadors. We need to go back. So now my rating has changed. This is an A.
Where did he find that janky lift? I mean, it's some real knockoff.
Okay. Actually, so this looks really good.
Yep, great. This is what you want to do. This is well executed. If you're a detailer, your customers walk in and see that.
He is.
Yeah, for sure. So I think that this is what I've been harping on for years. He's got Jason's brushes there. He's got the the quasars, which I don't love, but he's got the quasar bottles.
He's right. He's got PF22.
Right.
He's got some things, easy detail brushes.
Yeah, so he's got, but just showing this minimal display, and I like how he's like, look, I'm only going to put out what I actually use, right? So clearly, this is what he uses. And then if you're a customer and you walk in, and he's probably a young guy, right? So young guy and customer comes in and sees this, they're going to be like, all right, this guy is legit. This is what you do. Now, most people, and he's right, almost all people walk in and see the hex lights and say, wow, that's really cool.
Yeah.
But most people don't know anything in the world.
Followed by the rag company.
Oh, yeah, so he's absolutely a great master, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 1122. He's doing a good job washing. He's.
Is he still sticking with? I haven't seen anything posted.
July 30th, 2021.
No way. Okay, so. Okay. Maybe. Or may have may have got him. What does that mean, Jimmy?
Here's the other problem with going black is that almost guaranteed it looks in person looks terrible. You can see all the roller lines. You probably chose a sheen.
Is it a Krenslip in the back corner? It is.
Yeah, 1122. Yeah. So that's the one problem with going black. But I get it. Those are his colors, and then a little wow factor for detailing. I mean, again, I prefer to be a bit more subtle, but I like how he has some pop, but then subtle. He's got some, his cabinet array set up, which is very functional. And this place probably made him a bunch of money, you know, as a detailer.
I hope
His
it
door's
did.
insulated.
Yeah.
He's got,
I think there's just some cool things here, and so
yeah.
I
I think this is a solid B garage.
Well,
He thinks it's an S, but it's a B. But hopefully he's aware enough to know that, you know, there's room to grow there.
okay. Maybe we should check on him, right? Once a grand ambassador, always a grand ambassador. But I don't. If he hasn't posted for 3 years, I mean, shoot, that would have been the last thing I would have seen then. So
Maybe he quit.
Maybe he. Who knows? Let's see. We got a 12 by 20 garage with Ryobi residence.
Oh, boy.
All right.
A lot of green and
Ooh. Do you love that right off the bat? What is that?
It's not ideal.
This audible.
It's not ideal.
This guy's using Ryobi.
Yeah. So, but the thing is I know people who have the Ryobi system, but I don't know Ryobi fanboys. I know Milwaukee fanboys. There's DeWalt fanboys, Makita fanboys. I've never seen a full Ryobi. Have you ever seen a full Ryobi fanboy?
Mm-mm.
I actually know who was a full Ryobi fanboy, right? Gabe Garcia.
He was just throwing Ryobis away.
No, he wasn't always like that though.
Yeah.
Gabe loved Ryobi, right? And then he bought I think one Milwaukee tool, and I think he saw your videos, and I think he went to full Milwaukee. So,
Okay, keep going.
all right. Holy smokes. Yeah, okay. So pegboard.
Yeah.
This may have been Gabe's garage. This may have been Gabe's garage. Pegboard and Ryobi.
Mm-hmm.
So insulation there, epoxy. This looks like a DIY epoxy job.
Mm-hmm.
Recessed lighting, which is cool. So you got drop down for power, or was that power air?
Mm-hmm.
Storage in the house,
Mm-hmm.
and what's this stuff right here? He does something, contract work or something along that. And the car, what is that? Like some type of car cover.
That looks like a Chevy.
It's a
Looks
Cobalt?
like a BMW. Looks like a 3 Series.
You think so, or is it a Cobalt SS?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Is it a Cobalt SS? Very nice. Ryobi paying you for this? LOL. So, man, this is tough because he has a lot of things. I'm sure he probably uses them all.
This was his grandma's house, right? And then his grandma kind of gave him the house, and so then rather than making the monthly payments on the mortgage, he's had extra money to go to Home Depot once a week with his paycheck and buy an extra Ryobi tool. But he does like complete sets. I can relate to that.
Okay.
Like complete sets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean this garage it's a terrible layout. It's got grandma cabinets, grandma shelves, grandma pegboard. It's just not good. But he's making best with probably what was in his grandma's house, right? She had all these.
She probably had the cabinets in
there. Yeah.
Not in there.
But I mean, this is just a terrible layout garage. The door is right front and center. You can't even really do cabinets. Everything has to be on the side, which I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Another California Air Tools compressor. It's just, yeah. This is
tough.
He's on the edge of being unsavable because if you're willing to go that deep in Ryobi, it's not looking good for him. Like I don't think he would listen to reason.
Well,
like if he won the garage giveaway, I would have a really tough time of like doing it right. So I think it's a D.
Okay. I'll probably meet you at a D, and I think it's just because honestly, dude, I just think Ryobi tools are so ugly. Like I think, and I'm not a crazy tool guy. I mean, I like Milwaukee stuff, but I mean, like I'm not like that weirdly
I certainly
picky.
don't want to see all my Ryobi. It's like I can understand the Ryobi,
No, but
I wouldn't want to see it. I want to pretend I didn't have it.
Think of this color; it's just everywhere, right? Like I don't.
Terrible.
I don't like the green. I'm not a lime green guy. So I'm sorry, but we're gonna kick you to a D here, and we'll go from there. So next up here on our list we've got 5,000 square foot garage. Jeez, okay. My wife found us a beautiful home with more than a dream shop. 5,000 square foot, 12,000 square foot lot, and then. What the? 3 doors up, one in the back, cross breeze. Just had the floor ground and sealed.
Okay.
Jeez, okay. This looks This looks like a place where people get married. This is like a wedding venue.
Maybe where you get married.
If you've never been to an Idaho wedding venue, this is what they all look like. This is what we do here.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah. All right.
Okay. It's getting somewhere. Maybe it's not getting anywhere.
I mean, I would fall in love with,
The space?
yeah, just having this. Like, this is what I dream for what Obsessed Garage Warehouse could be, you know?
Kind of cool. I mean, so this is where, okay, so.
The only problem here is he needs, like, $500,000, you know, to outfit this space.
So what do you do in the situation where, you know, you got the beams, everything's kind of rustic, you know, rusty, you know, looking like that.
You got to do some drywall. You got to do drywall. You've got to, you know, the beams are fine, the ceiling's fine. You can work with all of this.
Windows, kind of, you know, on the sides.
Yeah. You just have to, do some drywall up to at least the window section. In a perfect world, you would drywall all the way up to the ceiling. This is where I would paint the ceiling black. You know, so if you painted all that insulation and all the beams black, and you drywalled up to the, up to the purlin there, up to the edge of the wall, and you wrapped all these beams here as well with drywall, and then you lit the bejesus out of this. I mean, you're going to have $35,000 in lighting to get this thing lit.
Yeah, but how much? When you say paint the whole thing black.
Paint the whole ceiling black.
How much? That's like that. That's like.
No, that's an easy job with a sprayer.
I know, but that's still like another what, $3,000 in paint probably.
Probably, yeah. I mean, you're gonna use, I would guess, probably. Let's see if it's 5,000 square feet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, probably 30 gallons. You know, and a 5-gallon of Sherwin-Williams is what, like $300. So, yeah, I mean, you're gonna have $1,800, $2,000 in paint, but with that paint sprayer. That's not a big deal. It's the lighting that's going to be expensive. You're going to do Cree LS, $5K in there, and you're going to need,
flooring. With Swiss Tracks, I mean, how much are you looking at? Swiss Tracks, I mean, you're looking
5,000 square feet at $6 a square foot, $30,000. You know, because the floor is kind of too far gone. You wouldn't want to epoxy that. I mean, this is a perfect candidate for Swiss Tracks. But imagine drywall. So you got $25,000 in drywall, $2,000 in paint. $40,000 in lighting, and then you're going to want a boatload of cabinets and stuff. Get rid of that junk lift. Do some real lifts and stuff in there. But this could be amazing, absolutely amazing.
Do you want to grade
this? $250,000 just to get it looking awesome. Do
you want to grade this based on potential or based on what he's done? Because he hasn't done much. I mean, for what it's worth, he hasn't done much.
He's probably not going to do much.
This would be an overwhelming problem. If you gave me this space, I would be like.
Well, we did this at John's garage in Atlanta. The Atlanta garage where we had 5,000 square feet with a loft, and but we had an unlimited budget.
Yeah.
Do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Yeah, this is.
But I would build an indoor wash bay. So if we're going on potential.
People are saying sort out power and lighting first and use it for a while, then you'll understand what you're going to do. What about heating, cooling, ventilation? Do you have a forklift?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't want a forklift in here, but I could see for the work needing to be done, maybe that would be useful.
Yeah, you'd want a scissor lift, rent a scissor lift or buy a scissor lift and
so
for a while.
What's your grade?
Yeah, I mean, if we got to add, so in its current state, it's a D, right? Mm-hmm. But in its potential is A plus. So I think we've got to shoot like a C or C plus, B minus. Yeah.
I think because I'm looking at the outside too. This looks like it'll be a clean space, but
it's old and needs to be repainted on the outside. I mean, he needs to spend 300 G's just to get it up to being decent.
I wonder where this is at. I wonder where it's located. Somewhere in the East Coast or maybe somewhere in the South. We don't have this type of trees, around here. So, okay. So you want to say C?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Get yourself some.
But with
C.
an insane amount of money, you make it an S.
Okay. So potential for an S. All right.
Yeah.
All right, we're done with that one. Moving on to our next spot here. We've got the OG.
Four more.
OG spec.
Okay, let's see.
So this is Jimmy picked this. So let's see if. Okay, all right. This is starting pretty strong with some tasteful pictures.
Yep.
Okay, obviously he watches Larry.
Yep.
Watches you.
I may have been here.
You may have been here.
Yeah, this is the giveaway garage.
Is this the giveaway garage?
Yep, this is a manual.
Okay.
This is in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
So you need to rate your own work, Mike's work.
Yeah. You know, I don't think it can be because of the size, it's a single car garage, right? So I don't think it can be what was the S up the top? I think it has to be an A just because of the space, you know, that we had to work with. We didn't have our killer audio solution, so it's lacking a little bit of audio. We didn't recess the lift. We had a certain amount of time frame. You got the power, electrical in there that we would want to, sort of relocate if we could. So I think this is a solid, just flat A, solid A.
I think.
But I mean, this has $100,000 worth of
stuff.
The most amazing stuff in it. Yeah.
The TV.
Amazing cabinets, amazing tools. I mean, probably more like 150.
And you guys painted this too, right?
Or painted the ceiling, we painted the walls. We did the light fixtures. These are OG lighting fixtures version 1. Okay. So we've discovered some more stuff. But Emmanuel has great products in there. He has a great process. We did a nice sink. We did all nice stuff. Okay. It's a solid A.
Solid A.
If we were to do it again today, just because we did this 3-4 years ago, what are the comments? What do they say?
Comments say. Okay, well, the first one is I don't even know.
That was his license plate.
Okay. Doctor parking only. One of the nicest garages I've ever seen. I love the Seinfeld reference.
And check my bank account.
Check my bank account. Yeah. How did you get that? People more so talking about his actual license plate, so that's hilarious. Okay, so we'll just go A for this one, since you guys have put your touches on this. So we'll go A. But do you think that it could have been an S if you were to do that garage today?
Well, it would have to be a little bigger. Like it could be an S if it was, say, it was roughly 20 by 21 or something. We needed it to be like 22 by 24. And if we had recessed the lift, which we didn't have time, it takes 2 weeks to recess the lift, so we didn't have time to do that.
So what's this say? Matt's Kryptonite. All right.
Oh.
Here we go.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot to take in right there. I'm like.
You can see even from a photo, which is almost impossible to do, how bad the epoxy probably looks. It's all bubbled. It's all gross.
My eyes are playing tricks on me looking at this right now because I don't know what.
I guarantee the ceiling is all splotchy. You can see all the roller marks and stuff.
Glow in the darks and black light metallic are in this one. So, wow, yeah, there's a lot.
Floor, if it gets wet, you're gonna eat it. Yeah. Yeah.
So this isn't
beautiful house.
It's
unsavable. Yep. If you were willing to go to this.
No, not the. There's a black widow on the floor. No. Oh man, that is just.
This is like the young man's dream.
Is it though? I don't know if it is.
Yeah, because we got glow in the dark epoxy. Yeah.
Okay, so this is his tool storage solution right here.
And all this money, doesn't have any cabinets, has crappy lights, doesn't have an air compressor, doesn't have any tools. Look, they covered every square inch of that ceiling with those freaking hex lights. Yeah,
Man.
This is unsavable.
It's unfortunate because the space is a good size space. And the house is really cool looking. Man, that's just really tough with.
But this is like 50% of dudes' dream. Like to have something like that.
Okay, 50%. I mean, yeah, but I guess it depends on the dude. That's not my dream.
Right. Well, it's 50-50. Right.
Okay. So unsavable. Okay. And again, this is the person that's unsavable, not the garage.
Well, the garage, I just go in. We'd have to diamond grind the floor. We'd have to rip the lights out, repaint the ceiling white, and rip those stupid lifts out and redo the whole thing.
Okay. Big transformation. Coming up next here. Okay. Complete garage reno. Never thought I'd have a garage like this, but here I am. Insulated, sheetrock painted, New Age Pro. Okay, so let's just start clicking through these. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can see.
See what I'm saying? See what drywall can do? That drywall probably costs 20 grand, 15 grand to do it. Look, he's gonna paint the door, put, there's Crete LS in there.
The painted door does look really
I mean, the new age I don't love, but you do what you got to do. You only got so much money in the world. You got to repurpose your Milwaukee toolbox.
Yeah.
I still struggle with, would I rather have new age cabinets or no cabinets and wait? Right?
Well,
the new age are so cheap that I probably would have gotten them too. We just didn't have them back when I was at that level. So I wish that he would have. So go back one. I wish he would have just done it straight. Well, he's got the window in the way. I wish he didn't have a corner unit there. I would have liked to just sort of done a straight section with a countertop above
the window.
So maybe he'll do that at some point. But
is that a second door there? Is that? Yes, this is another door in the back, right? Is that what that is? Yeah. Steps and a door?
Must be like the outside.
There's another door. How many doors has he got?
So that's one of those things where, depending on where that door goes, it'd be nice to just get rid of that door. But that costs a lot of money to do that.
Okay. Yeah, 2 doors. Okay.
Yeah, he's on his way. You can tell he's got a plan.
He's got a plan. Mini split, right? That's not cheap.
Conditioned garage, yeah.
So that's not cheap to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's getting set up with something here.
Yep. He's kind of piecing it together. This guy's up and coming. He's making 100 G's now, but he's got a lot of bills. So he can't just get everything he wants all at once. But he's, he took his old Yamaha receiver. He's got some, got some speakers in here.
There's more new age over there on the side.
He probably needed a little bit more lighting, but he's got it, 85%.
I think, the recessed.
He's planning to do Swiss tracks at some point. He's got a drain in there, which is awesome, so he can wash.
Sweet.
Conditioned. I like the paint on the wall. So that's probably, it looks like Sherwin-Williams agreeable gray or something. It looks like he was smart and did flat. Yeah. Always do flat, Anthony. Don't do a sheen on your walls.
Yes.
Always flat.
I know that. So, because when you touch it up, it'll.
So I think this is a B with he's on his way to an A.
He's on his way to it. I think that honestly, if he had flooring in here, I think it might have.
I just like the baseboards, the trim, the window trim is nicely painted. It looks like he did a decent job painting. I bet you if you went there, you wouldn't see a bunch of roller marks and stuff on the walls.
No.
He cut in nicely. But he's on his way. He doesn't have it right now to just spend $150,000 to get the garage completely down. But I love the double deep, right? So he could fit 4 cars in here.
Yep.
And he's making do with what he's got with those stairs, which kind of stinks. But
okay, so we're going. You said B.
Solid B.
Okay.
With it, he's on his way to
an A. On his way to an A.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So then, all right, one left here. Let's see. I don't know if anybody's gonna get an S here. So we got the garage and gym.
Okay.
2 years a week in work, a lot of bruises, cuts and scrapes, way too much money. We're almost done. Proud of the work we've done. Really enjoyed spending time here. So this is something. Okay. I gotta get a better lay of the land here. So gym over here.
Yeah.
Horse matting or whatever he used, and then this is epoxy, but it's kind of that.
Man, it's gonna be terrible.
It's showroom matte finish style.
Mm-hmm.
Bumper up on the wall.
It might just be acid etching on the floor. Yeah. The fact that he says he's almost done means that he's going to get a little bit lower grade. Because this to me would be like the shell that I would start with. I think the Swiss tracks would look great covering up that floor. I just don't. I don't like the whole shiplap thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't hate it, but okay, keep going. Like let's finish it. That ceiling again. That's a ceiling that would look great painted black. Paint all the beams and everything. If you're gonna leave all that just regular pressure treated. It looks like regular non-pressure treated 2x6. That would look great if you just painted it all black.
Paint everything black. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just like I'm not. This is not I feel like I could just walk into here and just I think it'd feel like I need to compliment the space, right? Because that would be like what you'd be expected. Everybody, oh, cool place.
It's big.
But I think I could walk in here and just be like, cool.
But imagine you got rid of that whole workbench and you had a giant array of cabinets across the back.
It looked very clean.
Yeah. I mean, this garage is an awesome layout. Again, paint the ceiling, but you're going to spend 50 grand in cabinets, 20 grand in audio, 20 grand in flooring. I mean, you could probably live with that. Of all the epoxies I've seen, I mean, this is the best one. I would prefer this. But again, I guarantee you, when you see that in person, that type of flooring always looks jank. It always looks just beat up. It's going to be slippery. If you put anti-skid in it, then it just becomes a dirt magnet. You can't clean it up.
Yeah, the anti-skid, sometimes it's good and bad. All right, so this, I mean, I'm kind of at like a C.
Yeah, I'm a C, but if you gave me that garage, I would turn that into an S because of the layout. It could be beautiful.
So I think to kind of roll this out, end this out, when you walked into our garage on, last Tuesday, last Wednesday, what was our garage at that moment? What was this space?
Let's go back. It'll be a little further behind that because they'd already taken the floor and stuff
That's
out.
true, that's true.
You guys went crazy on the flooring, right? So you have some aggressive things on the walls, but you also had aggressive flooring and aggressive lighting. It was just real
There's a lot going on.
in your face, right? But then poorly lit, but loudly lit. So you had hex lights. You had too many colors, right? Too much of I know what you tried to do. You tried to make the rag company, colors.
Yeah.
You chose the wrong type of Swiss tracks, right? And so you were a solid D.
Okay.
Right?
Crap.
Yeah, I mean, and you had a bunch of junk, right? Tons and tons of junk. I mean, you had 4 guys in here working for like 2 months just to get it to where I showed up. I can't even imagine what it looked like before I got here. I'm not trying to. I'm just being straight
like
matter of. I'm not trying to embellish here like it was a freaking crap show.
All right.
And so, and I didn't even realize how bad the lighting was when they turned the lights on. You got like 4 light bulbs, and then you had hex lights.
Yeah.
It was like I don't even understand how you guys were in here ever without being like violently ill. Right, or just
would explain a lot of maybe our symptoms.
Yeah.
The wash mat would probably be the worst.
The wash mat, yeah, you didn't even get to witness that in its
everything
darkest time.
Just totally wrong. The Krenzel you have is just laying on a shelf. You have this closet, which is an awesome closet. You put 24-inch deep cabinets. It's only 36 inches wide. So you had to like turn sideways to walk in there to kind of turn the pressure washer on. It was just a total cluster.
Yeah.
Total disaster. D minus. Okay. But clearly it was savable. Just took a lot of money and a lot of time.
Yeah.
Took the labor of
6 people.
12 people.
12 people, yeah.
For 8 straight days for 10 hours a day. So what is that? 120 hours a day times 8 days. Took about 900 hours worth of work.
Yeah.
To get it here.
Yeah, and a lot of supervising.
Yeah, but I'm not even counting that.
Okay, well, I mean, and even more. So
now it's I think it's a B+.
Okay. On its way to an A? On its way to an A?
No, it's on its way back to a C.
Okay.
Because you're going to get in here and mess it up.
I am. Well, I mean, we have to wait for you to leave, and then we can actually really be ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. It's right.
Like,
it's on its way back. It's not going up from here. It's only going to go
right when
down.
you walk out the door, we're going to be like, okay, thank God he's gone. You know what I mean? We're going to kick off our shoes. I'm going to, grab my bottle, throw it, miss the trash can, and it's going to roll into a corner. And
somebody's going to go get some like stinky onion rings and throw them in the trash over there. It's going to sit
Thai
there for a
food
month.
or something like that. I mean, curry is going to be, whatever. We're going to have fun with it. But
you're going to start putting stickers and more logos. You're like, oh, there's an empty wall over there. Let's put something on it.
Yeah, well, all the Rousseau stickers that you threw away, I went through the trash and I pulled those out.
You're gonna put them all in one cabinet, all lined up.
I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna put on the sabers over there, right? So it really throws people off.
Yeah. So I left you with a lot of space to hopefully you can buy 6 months, and I left you, with 3 trained up, much better humans than you that will take care of the place.
Well, let's see if they can hold us accountable. So I think it wraps it up for our garage rating tier list. Matt, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being honest. This was a fun one. I think this is good. I want to do another one of these. On the search for an S. We're on that search for an S tier garage. Send us what you think is an S tier.
Send it to not Levi, Anthony at the Rag Company.
No, Jimmy. Send it to Jimmy at theragcompany.com.
Okay.
Jimmy at theragcompany.com, and we will try to include you in a future garage judgment, showdown, whatever you want to call this tier list. But as always, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, enjoy and see Matt here. And if you haven't seen our garage build videos or the build videos on the Obsessed Garage channel, go and check those out. This is a ton of fun. We like doing these, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. So as always, make sure you give us a big thumbs up, subscribe down below for more, and we'll catch you guys next one. See ya.